Follow Butch Patrick on a fantastic trip through the Phantom Tollbooth, where nothing is real but your imagination. To Dictionopolis, where words are weird.
Words in a word are fantastic. You can hint them, you can say them, you can print them, you can pray them, emphasize them, and despise them.
Digitopolis, where figures are freaky.
Numbers can be added to, subtracted from, divided into, multiplied by, crossed out, and erased.
Climb the mountains of ignorance, where dreams become nightmares.
We have nothing to worry about.
And the monsters are magnificent.
It's the gelatinous giant.
Pass through the Phantom Tollbooth and into the magic world of your mind. Rated G.
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on the Phantom Tollbooth, which came out in 1970. And the film stars Butch Patrick with the voices of Mel Blanc, Daws Butler, June Foray, Larry Thor, and Les Tremayne. And the film is based off of the book of the same name by Norton Juster. And it was also directed by Chuck Jones. He not only directed the film, he wrote it and produced it. Of course, Chuck Jones, the late great Chuck Jones, he's no longer with us. He's known for creating the classic Looney Tunes cartoons, of course, which stars Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, Porky Pig, you name it. He's did it all, with the Looney Tunes. Of course, he directed the classic Christmas special, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and also he directed Horton Hears a Who. And this film is the only feature film that he directed, produced, and wrote. He never directed, produced, or wrote any other feature-length film after this film. The film is a blend of live action and animation. And the film came on Turner Classic Movies yesterday. After I did my Dynamite review, I was flipping through the channels and I'm like, hey, the Phantom Tollbooth is coming on. This is a film that I have heard of, that I've seen the trailer to online, read the plot to the film, which looked interesting. It's a kid's film. So I watched it. And I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very underrated gem of a film with good animation by Chuck Jones, which in some scenes it comes off very trippy, very catchy songs in the film. But really enjoyed the film. But basically what the film is about is it's about a boy named Milo who is played by Butch Patrick. And you all probably know who Butch Patrick is. He played Eddie Munster on the classic series The Munsters, which is a classic sitcom that I really enjoy. And his character in the film, Milo, he's very bored with his life. He comes home from school. His friend ends up calling him on the phone, so he talks to his friend. And while he's talking to his friend, a mysterious gift wrap package that's wrapped in red and white appears in his room. And we find out that the package turns out to be a toll booth. So Butch Patrick, Milo, ends up using the toll booth's toy car. So he drives the toy car through the toll booth and it leads him into a magical parallel universe. And that's when the film becomes animated. And I really love the scene where, he's going through the toll booth and he's now animated. He ends up backing up the toy car. You see half of the car in animated form and another half of the car in live action. You see, Butch Patrick, Milo, he's, sticking his head on, one side, the animated side. So he's now animated. He ends up sticking his head, through the live action side. He's now in live action form. I really like that scene and how it blends, the two, with animated on one side, live action on the next. So he drives through the toll booth. He goes into this magical parallel universe, which is, of course, when the film turns animated. And he is transported into the kingdom of wisdom. And on the way, he is accompanied by Tak, who is voiced by Larry Thor. And Tak is a watchdog who actually has a large pocket watch in his body. So Butch Patrick, Milo, is the first one to meet Tak. And he's also accompanied by the Humbug, who is voiced by Les Tremayne. And the Humbug is a poetic words vendor. So together, all three of these characters must rescue the princesses of Sweet Rhyme and Pure Reason. And they are being held captive in the castle in the air. And Milo has to restore order to the kingdom of wisdom. And that's basically what the plot to the film is about, but really enjoyed the film. It's a very underrated gem of a kid's film. And Chuck Jones ended up completing the film in 1968, but it wasn't released until 2 years later. And that is because MGM didn't know how to promote the film. So when the film was released, it flopped. It was a box office flop. And at that time, MGM was struggling financially. So they didn't have the money to promote the film. And that is why the film ended up being a box office flop. But like I said, this was the first and last feature-length animated film by Chuck Jones. And it was also the last project done by the MGM Animation Studio. But the Phantom Tollbooth, I really enjoyed the film. It is a underrated gem of a kid's film with great animation, catchy songs, and really likable characters, in Milo and the Humbug, and also Tak. So, but it is a film that you all should check out. The kids will love it. It's worth watching, and I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind picking up this film on DVD because I know the Warner Archive ended up releasing it. So we'll probably pick up the DVD at some point. And I know that they were going to do a remake of the film, but the plans end up falling through. They announced it in 2013 that a live-action remake of the Phantom Tollbooth was going to be done. In 2016, it was moved from Warner Brothers to Sony. So Sony was going to do the film under, the TriStar Pictures. But now, no news as of 2018 was the last time we heard about them possibly doing a remake of the film. So the remake is probably dead. So they'll probably never do a remake of this. But who knows? But like I said, the Phantom Tollbooth is definitely worth a watch. The kids will love it. I enjoyed the film. And it's very underrated, in my opinion. So, but anyways, that's it for my review of the Phantom Tollbooth. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.